Hello everyone, today I wanted to talk about what to do when your child is really struggling, but also at the same time they seem to be getting some things right. So this is prompted by a conversation I had with somebody the other day, and she told me about her son and I told her exactly what was going on. I've seen this a million times with students, and I'm talking about the students that are struggling. And say it's your son or daughter and they're struggling really bad, but then at home, say it's reading, they seem to get some things right. So there's kind of a disconnect in your head as a parent as to why they're struggling so bad, but then when they're with you, they're getting some things right and some things wrong. So it just doesn't make any sense. And I've seen this so many times, and even as an educator, it threw me off the first couple times that I saw it, but then I started to catch on as to what was going on. So here's the thing with kids. As educators, we teach them strategies to solve a problem or to read whatever it is. So we teach them reading strategies, math strategies, all sorts of things. And as we are going through that process, sometimes kids have something underlying going on that we don't know about, but they're continuing to struggle with it and struggle with it and struggle with it. And here is where it comes into play, where they start to get some things right. When they don't understand our strategies or understand what's going on, they start or create their own strategies for dealing with things, and the strategies are not correct. So let me give you an example. With one of the strategies that kids will develop on their own is guessing. We all know that one, right? Like the kids just start to guess, like without even trying, because after a kid gets something wrong for so long, they stop trying because they're just not getting it, because they've reached frustration level, and then they just start guessing. And that's their strategy for things. And sometimes that strategy pans out for them, and sometimes it doesn't. So that's a strategy that they develop for themselves. Another strategy that they'll do is they'll start to scan for clues. So for example, if you have a sheet of paper, say they're working on math or they're trying to read a book, they'll start scanning the whole page for clues as to what the answer is. So for example, if they are reading a book and they are struggling with reading, and you know they're struggling with reading, sometimes they'll scan the page, look for pictures, and then look at the words, see an S and see a snake on the page and say snake. And sometimes as parents, it's like, oh, they read the word snake, but that's actually not what they're doing. They are putting two and two together, which is a good strategy to have if you are still applying the reading strategies. But sometimes if our kids are struggling so bad, they're not even attempting to read, they're just piecing clues together. So us as parents, when we say, oh, they read the word snake, I don't understand, like saying educators, like they don't know this word. It's like, no, they read the word snake at home, like they know how to read the word. But when we see it as educators, it's like, no, they don't. Because if you were to give that same child the word snake in isolation, they're more than likely not going to get it if that is in fact what they're struggling with. So we have to be aware of these things, that kids are developing their own strategies to deal with things when they've been struggling for so long. And my job and my goal as an educator is to not let them get so frustrated that they start guessing and just piecing clues together to seem like they know what they're doing when they really don't. And it's just so frustrating for them. It's frustrating for the kid. It's frustrating for the parent, because it's hard to truly understand what's going on, because some kids can get really good at this. So what my suggestion is, we have to catch these kids before they get that far, before they just start guessing. Because if they are struggling so bad, they're gonna start guessing just so they don't seem, like kids don't want to be the dumb kid. We don't want the dumb kid. So we have to make sure we catch them before they are so far gone that it's hard to reel them back in. Because with kids that are this far gone, they're just guessing, I've experienced that it's harder to pull them back in. So that same kid, I want them to read snake in isolation. It's literally a snake and no picture. It's harder for me to teach them how to sound out those letters because they're just so used to guessing stamp, sock, and whatever, and they'll just rattle them off. It's like, wait, okay, slow down. So in the beginning, when you notice that your child is reaching frustration level, slow it way down and go slow. And once they pick up one skill, then stack on another skill. Because if you keep stacking skills and they're still all the way down here, we're way past frustration level at that point. So that's what I wanted to hop on here and say. As an educator, it's actually really frustrating for me because I'm like, okay, like, just listen to what I'm saying, but in their little head, it's like, I've listened in the past and I never got it. So I'm not gonna continue to listen. I know I'm not gonna get it, and we don't want our kids to get there. So that's what I have for you today. I hope you're having a great day. Let me know in the comments below, have you seen this with your kid or any other kids, and how do you work to fix it and bring them back into trying again? So I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.